Welcome to today's episode of This is Karika podcast. Today I'm joined by Jukkis and Ziad. So let's start with you, Jukkis. How are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you. I'm doing well.
Yeah.
How are you guys?
Yeah, I'm doing well too, man. And do still birds singing there?
Yeah, well, I guess they won't be singing before April. They all flew away.
Yeah, I just they got just
Minus degrees.
They just got cold, I guess, man.
Yeah.
Birds want no cold.
Yeah. I think maybe if Dom came here, some birds could start singing, but
we are talking about Dom.
yeah, Dom. Yeah,
I've seen him last
If Dom
night.
would visit,
he's too busy with chicks, man. He got no time for birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Dom. If I'm sure he will be very happy when he is going to listen to this episode, man.
Yeah.
So, I love you, Dom. I was just joking, So, how are you, Ziad?
I'm good, guys. It has been a while since I've been on.
Yeah, man. Good to
be
have you here again.
Back. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very big pleasure to have you here on the podcast once again.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, before we get into the podcast, I just want to say that today is a very special day for Turkey. Today is the 95th anniversary of the founding of the Turkish Republic. So I just want to start with that. First of all, thank you to Mustafa Kemal Atatürk and to everybody, the whole people who fought for this country. Can't pay what they did for our country.
Yeah, my respect to.
Thank you very much, Jukkis. I was expecting you to say something more, like you say respect to. I was like, okay, what's next? I'm waiting. Come on, bring on, bro.
I thought it was disconnected.
I was like, that Jukkis gone. My respect to, and he's over. He's gone.
Yeah. You should have something like the sound box where you just play some anthems.
The next time I will bring something like something maybe that can beep. I will click it and beep. Your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you, and let's get back to football. Very bad days actually for Fenerbahce. Feeling very unhappy with that situation, the current situation of the club. And yesterday, Phillip Cocu, has been sacked by Fenerbahce after losing to Ankaragücü at Kadıköy 3-1, which was very disappointing. And I want to start with you, Ziad. I've been seeing your tweets about Phillip Cocu, and I think you're not very happy with that movement of Fenerbahce about Phillip Cocu. You just wanted him to stay on, I guess.
Well, yeah, the thing is this. I think the first thing is that when you have a new manager come in, and Ali Koç said at the beginning that there were people in the club sabotaging things, and we heard about the players rebelling from Atif to Dirar to Volkan, and all this happening.
Mm-hmm.
So when I considered that this guy came to the club, the main aim was to sign players for cheap, which they did, lower the age, they did, and work with the players they have, which aren't really amazing players.
Mm-hmm.
So the situation isn't something which is good. I don't think he had a real preseason. I think there's a lot of chaos going on. You need someone to have a real preseason, to have something, to establish something well in order to have success. So I think it's very hard to do so with the atmosphere. But that doesn't mean that he wasn't great. So definitely there was a lot of other things he could have done better. I think he should have given more time, but it's over now. So we have to move forward and look what's the next thing.
Yeah, true. As you said, I really agree with you. Said, the coach has told that we need to be patient, just trusting the new coach. But you said there were many crazy things were going on inside of the club, like you said, Atif and Drar, on Volkan situation, and those the former Fenerbahce manager Aykut Kocaman's, his like the other assistant managers were like doing crazy things inside of the club. So very very crazy things to think about. I mean, first of all, I was very shocked when I heard about this thing. I was like, this can't be real, you know. I mean, what was going on?
Yeah, it never happened.
Yeah,
I never heard of something like that happening before.
I mean, this is the first time I'm hearing something about that in the football industry, right? I mean, I've never seen something like that in the other clubs. Like everything is happening to the Fenerbahce. It's still strange. So like I've never seen something like that before in my life. So but then Ali coach came out and he said that they really did this. I was like, wow, this is unbelievable. I mean, what was the reason? Why did they do something like that? I mean, maybe they wanted to bring Aykut Kocaman back. But the thing is, I don't think Aykut Kocaman knew about this. I don't think he had no idea what was going on. I mean, I don't believe that. I mean, I can't blame really Aykut Kocaman for this, and I don't think he's the type of guy who could do something crazy like that. Those men, they were just doing their own things. They were just doing it without telling to anyone. That's what I think. I mean, do you think that Aykut Kocaman knew about this?
That would be crazy. I don't really think so.
Yeah.
I guess Aykut Kocaman loves Fenerbahce, and I don't think he would do
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
As now, some people
at least
say,
I hope so, but I don't believe it.
yeah, I agree. And some people now say that. I mean, this is the Aykut Kocaman's idea. I don't really believe so, man. About Cocu's situation, I think they said that things were really going bad inside of the club, this sabotaging thing and other things. So Ali coach maybe said that okay, we just give Cocu some more time. Then this Anderlecht game, we played well against Anderlecht, not bad football in my opinion. But then yesterday's lost against Ankaragücü, I think that was out of the line. That was like, that's enough. I mean, no more passions. And some fans in the stadium, they were like chanting like, we will not leave the stadium until Phillip Cocu resigns. They were chanting something like that. So
yeah.
And it seems like Ali Koç just listening to these fans, but I think also he said enough. I don't think really he was just sacked Phillip Cocu because of the fans, but also the fans have huge role in this situation, in my opinion. And they said, okay, that's it, that's enough. So no more time with Phillip Cocu, and he was sacked yesterday. So now many rumors about new coaches, and we are playing against Galatasaray next week, a derby match, and we are almost at the bottom of the table. So things are definitely not going well for Fenerbahce. And Jukkis, let us hear your thoughts about Phillip Cocu, second Phillip Cocu. Do you think it was right decision by Fenerbahce board?
Well, I think it was time to react. I like, Phillip Cocu as a person. He seems like a good guy.
Yeah.
Generally a good guy, but it just didn't work. 3 wins in 15 games. That just for Fenerbahce, we have to have some ambition.
True.
We have to show that we have ambition. So I think it was just time to react.
Mm-hmm.
This was the time. Maybe it was good before the derby. Now I think the new coach. Of course, the new coach will have a huge pressure in his first game if he comes before the derby. But anyways, it's usually when you have a new coach, the players want to show their all, and of course it's derby, so it's like there's 2 reasons for everyone to give their all. So we could even get a win from TT Arena.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I wish all the best for Phillip Cocu.
Exactly.
And I wish him happy birthday, but I think it's time to react.
Yeah, that's a happy birthday to him, and I think it may be his worst birthday ever. Getting sacked in a birthday. That's terrible. And as you said, I wish him the best of luck in his next chapter. I mean, his system just it seems like wouldn't work in Turkey. You know, I mean, and I think Phillip Cocu wasn't tough enough. You know, you have to be tough if you work in the Turkish Super League. You know, you have to show your players that you got the control. You know.
Yeah.
Don't let them think that you are weak. If you do that, you know, as like Atif and Ziad did, like they will make groups, you know, inside of the team. Like they will say there will be a lot of groups inside of the team. So this is not good. This never bring you success. So I think Cocu wasn't really tough enough because he's a very good guy. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I think he looks like he's the type of guy who can never say bad words to any of his footballers, you know, any of his friends. He seems like that. And now we are seeing what Phillip Cocu's PSV doing in the Holland. You know, I think 10 games, 10 wins, and they score like 38 goals and conceded only 4 goals. That's crazy. That's Cocu's system actually. This is nothing to do with the new manager. I think Mark van Bommel is the new manager of the team, but I think it is nothing to do with him. This is Phillip Cocu's team. You know, so this I wish things wouldn't happen like that, end up like that. Because there are too much hate for Phillip Cocu now from Fenerbahce fans. I think he doesn't.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, personally,
the thing is that guy. I think it's a different culture of football. You have this thing where you have a completely different culture. Mm-hmm. So, you know, someone like Louis van Gaal, they always would say that LVG would go to clubs and he would force all the players to be equal. So even if you were the best player in the world or you were someone from the academy who was 17 years old, you were equal in the locker room. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's just the Dutch mentality of how football should go. Yeah. But just a different football culture. Sometimes it doesn't work. Even for LVG, it didn't work in Barcelona. It didn't work in United. It didn't work. So sometimes, yes, you can have the good intentions. You want to put in a certain system, but sometimes you just can't do it. You have to understand what the club culture is, what the club mentality is, what's the ambition, and how the players are. So, for example, I think one of the mistakes was that maybe the change was a little bit too fast. Exactly. That's one thing I'm always thinking, that maybe the change was a little bit too fast. Maybe the club also put those thresholds where we wanted to change the entire team, we wanted to make the team young right away. All those decisions, maybe they should have been more gradual rather than doing it one season.
True. I mean, I was very obsessed with about Phillip Cocu's choosing the players. You know, like last 2 games he used Ismail Köybaşı as the left midfielder.
Yeah, the left mid.
Yeah, I mean that was. I mean, yeah, I can't really blame Phillip Cocu for that. You know, when you got Barış Alıcı and Valbuena on the bench, come on, you can't really use Ismail Köybaşı, man. That's not logical. You know, that's out of mind. But personally, he's a good guy, and we wish him really all the best. I mean, before Phillip Cocu got sacked, I mean, like a few weeks ago, a man from Holland, he sent me a message on Twitter. Like his name is Kos. His name is, and by the way, he sent me some article in Dutch language. It was, and he told me that in the Dutch press they were telling us some Fenerbahce players some players don't want Phillip Cocu in the team, so they just don't want Phillip Cocu. They just don't want to work with Phillip Cocu. I mean, Ziad, do you think that can we see that the player are the reason why Phillip Cocu got sacked?
Definitely. I think
so you are
problem
saying that the Dutch press is right?
No. I mean, it's definite when you have the captain of the team, who's Volkan Demirel.
Yeah.
When you have the captain of the team, and you know, I still like Volkan. He's my favorite Fenerbahce player, maybe of all time, alongside Alex. He's for me, even on my page, he still has his picture. Is still the cover photo on the Fenerbahce Global page.
You're a big fan of Volkan,
and I won't change it anytime soon. I'm a huge fan of Volkan, but I'm disappointed with something, which is that if Cocu's coming in with a new culture, even if he doesn't agree with it, even if it's against what you believe in, you're a player. But that's about it. You're the player, you're the captain. You can give your insight to the manager, but if the manager doesn't agree with you, you're the player, he's the manager, you have to accept his word, and that's the end of the story. You can't go around causing problems with the assistant managers and talking disrespectfully to them, as Ali Coach said, and so on. You have to accept that this is your role. You can be the captain, but the captain isn't in a higher standard than the manager and the team.
Yeah.
So when you do this as captain, you foster the environment for people like Girar, for people like Atif, for a lot of other players in the team. Even someone, I don't know, I won't name people, but any player now, because when they see that the captain of the club is acting like this with the manager, then they can all act like this.
True. Very well said.
So
yeah, definitely.
I think this is the biggest problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think that definitely the players haven't really been doing good enough. But again, that's it. So nothing can change now. I think the new manager should just look at all this kind of stuff. Maybe try to keep all the players happy. Make the change more gradual. Don't be as tough as just sending players to the reserve team if they do a mistake. Maybe they have to find their job at them. The manager should find what's the suitable thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, Volkan is Ziad. He's a legend. He's a legend for Fenerbahce and the club's fans. Definitely, that's a fact, and I definitely agree with you. Because I think Volkan, when they signed, I mean, when the club signed Harun and told Volkan that he's not going to be the first choice, so I think he should have just accepted this, and he should have just been the right hand of Phillip Cocu. Because he knows the league very well. He knows almost every team. He knows how to handle the big pressure from the fans, from the media. He knows all of these things. So I think he should have helped Phillip Cocu more instead of being just acting like that. And,
in the same manner, which if you look what Carrick did at United. I mean, Carrick was still playing for United as the first 11 player, to a certain extent at least, before Jose Mourinho came. Mourinho played him first season. Second season, he was on the bench. But instead of acting against it, he accepted this and he did his coaching license and he became an assistant for Mourinho. And he retired, and now he's on the bench with him as an assistant. You have to understand here, your time ends at a certain point, and Volkan hasn't been amazing for the past 3-4 years. He's been, in terms of form, what's he doing? If you put aside his amazing derby performances, where he becomes like Superman, apart from those matches, he hasn't really been great.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You just can't do that. I mean, as you said, like Manchester United and Michael Carrick, they do know, they be doing this very well. They don't have to do that, and this is how they can help the team when they are not even playing. So this is how it should be in Turkish clubs as well, man. But we just can't say when the players who are getting into their last years of being professional footballer, they just can't accept the way that when they are on the bench, they just can't accept this. They just keep on. I understand that, but sometimes you have to accept that. I mean, your time is over. You just let other players start and get the role, and you just help the team. Even if you're on the bench, if you are not on the bench, if you're at your home, you can even help the team. Yeah, so
exactly.
Everything is new in the club. I mean, I've been saying this for a long time in every episode since Ali Coach became the new chairman. Everything is new. The players, the board, the coach was new. So now we sacked the coach, and now we're going to play against Galatasaray, and the current situation is terrible. We are almost at the bottom of the table. When I look at it, I can't really believe it. It looks like a nightmare. It looks like a nightmare which I can't wake up. So this is really terrible. And now we're going to definitely sign a new coach. Maybe it will not. He will not be ready for the next derby. Maybe someone else will be coaching the team. I think like Koeman or someone.
Yeah, maybe Koeman can, because Koeman is a manager himself. He's managed clubs at a high level before, so you never know. Maybe he can get things done and get the job permanently. Even he knows the team, he knows the players. You never know.
Exactly. Just like that Galatasaray former manager Hamza, I forgot his surname. He was just an assistant manager. Then he took the control, and he made Galatasaray champions, and he won the Turkish Cup and the Turkish Super Cup. So he did the trouble. So
Hamza.
Yeah. Hamza. By the way, have you guys heard that he said that he would like to manage Fenerbahce.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like I know. I mean, is it true that I missed that? I didn't watch this, but is it true that Ismail Kartal has said something like this yesterday in the press conference? Like, I would like to manage Fenerbahce or something like that.
I didn't see it. I don't know.
I see
Yeah, me
something like
neither.
this on Twitter, and if I mean, I hope he doesn't do that, because that would be very unprofessional. Like you're
Yeah.
already a manager in a football club, so you can't say
Yeah.
something like that. You know, this will be very disrespectful for the club.
And it's a big club. Ankara Gücü is a big club as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very very big.
And to
club
be honest,
with a
I
big
wouldn't
history.
want him.
Yeah. So alright, everything just now we don't have a manager. We said good luck to Phillip Cocu in his new adventure. So let's jump on to other topics. So Jukkis, who do you want to see as a new coach of Fenerbahce?
Well, I would love to see Ersun Yanal.
No way. No way. Get another one, bro. Get another one. Get that one. I'm not saying this. Ali Koç is saying that, you know? I'm not. I would
Yeah.
like to have Arsenal too, but skip that one, bro. Ali Koç said that he will not work with him. But let's remember also, Aziz Yıldırım said that he would never ever work with Aykut Kocaman and Arsenal, but then he brought Aykut Kocaman back. So do you think Ali Koç will do something like that? Bringing
But I don't
Arsenal
know.
back.
Well, that's just I would love to see Ersun Yanal, but if they can't work together, or Ali Koç doesn't want Ersun Yanal, then okay, then we don't go for him. Then I don't know. Do we have any chance to get Bielsa out of Leeds? I could take Bielsa as well.
Yeah, I don't know. It will be very good, but I think Ali Koç will get a Turkish manager. I think.
Yeah, but hopefully not Tayfun Korkut, because I don't really.
No way. Yeah, I don't really want to.
His record is horrible. You know, have you seen his record in Germany?
There like some guy named Kemal Özdeş. No.
Yeah.
Kemal Özdeş. Some say Abdullah
I
Avcı,
like
but it is very unlikely, I guess. Abdullah Avcı is very unlikely to happen, I think, because he's already managing Başakşehir.
Yeah, that's unlikely, I think.
Yeah, Kemal Özdeş and Ersun Yanal, Turkish manager, and Ümit Özat. What about him?
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know.
No words. Well, you just heard about Ümit Özat. Just no words.
Yeah. What can you say to that?
I know the guy, but I'm not quite sure if he's like. Well, yeah, he's passionate. So is Yilmaz Vural. So
yeah, I mean they both will jump onto the pitch and smack some football. I'm sure. Make their ass down, you know. Play some football, asshole. I'm sure they both
I don't
will
know.
do that.
I think they're more of cheerleaders.
Short-term or long-term.
Yeah. I mean, Ziad. Yeah, they're more of like cheerleaders, but I think they have too much passion. I mean, Ümit Özat is a Fenerbahçe fan. Everybody knows about this, and I'm sure he can't really handle losing at Kadıköy. You know, he would go crazy.
Yeah.
He would definitely throw something onto the players, like play some football.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure he will do something like this. He's the guy. He's the man. Yeah. So I mean, Ziad, who do you want?
Well, you know, the crazy fan inside of me wants to see Yilmaz Vural.
Yeah, let's see some madness, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I miss seeing someone like Zico, who was on the pitch and he was always screaming and jumping, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
So, but again, I think, I don't know, is he a manager? Is he a cheerleader? Same thing for Ümit Özat. Like, what will the effect be on the team? That's a tactical point of view.
Yeah.
So when I think a little bit more about this, I say, you know, Ersun Yanal is the most obvious choice you have, because he has a good track record with all of the teams he's been with. He took Gençlerbirliği to the UEFA Cup in 2003 or 2004, and they went through the group stage to the fourth round, and they lost 2-1 on aggregate, I think, or 3-2 against Valencia, who won the cup that year. So small, historically big, but at the time small club in terms of stability. Like Gençler Birliği, he was able to go on, have a good run in Europe. Same with Eskişehirspor. He did amazing work as well.
Yeah.
And he developed many, many good young players, most notably maybe Alper Patuk as well. So he did some really good work with Eskişehir. He came to us, same thing again with us.
Yeah.
So he did good work with us. But even when he was with us, I didn't think he was a perfect manager. I thought in the big matches he wasn't that great. We did really bad in the UEFA Cup with him as well. I think we lost to Fatihspor or whatever the name was in the early stages or something. But at the moment, I wrote today on the page, you want someone who's going to be sort of in the middle. You want someone who's good for short term. You want someone who knows the league. He knows the league. He knows the team. He knows everything about it. He watches every match for sure every week. So he knows what he's going to work with. He knows the opposition, but at the same time, he has a good track record with young players.
Yeah.
So maybe he won't be as good as the guy from Monaco, Jardim, or Wenger, or those guys. Maybe he won't be as good in the long term, but he's definitely going to be better in the short term because he knows the players. I think you get Wenger, he's going to ask who's Michael Fry, who are those.
He doesn't know
he won't.
players.
He doesn't know half of the team.
Yeah.
And you're going to be stuck with either a few weeks of playing bad football with him trying new things out all the time, and maybe we're going to be 18th within a month, or until he plays the older players, the players he knows, he won't be doing good. So I think it's a huge risk to get someone who's a foreigner now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what about this? Like announcing the two managers, like that guy and Arsene Wenger. Like it would be maybe sound crazy, but imagine that working with that guy until the end of the season and bringing Arsene Wenger for the next season. Like bring Arsene Wenger to watch every matches this season. Reporting about the footballers and giving him the control of the team next season and making this guy him assistant manager. I don't know. It will be very interesting.
Yeah, but then what would happen if the team does good this season and the fans love the guy and the players love the guy, and then he leaves in June and you get Wenger and whoever is going to come in, you bring someone in, and this new guy doesn't do as good as the old one. The players will be angry at the club. The players will definitely be angry. The manager's doing good if he motivates the players, or something definitely Yilmaz Vural would do, or Mutazad, they'll motivate him like someone else.
Yeah, maybe
they love him.
Yeah, maybe the players were angry when Ali Koç admitted that he was not going to continue with Aykut Kocaman. Maybe the players were angry with that too, because the last season Aykut Kocaman did well in the second half of the season, right? Yeah.
I also agree with that.
Yeah, maybe the players were like, okay, we were playing good, we were winning matches. We scored the most goals, and we are the champions of the away games. So I mean, why just sacking this guy, So maybe the player didn't like this too. I don't know.
Well, I didn't like a lot of things Ali Koç did when he was elected. I was not happy with a couple of things in particular, which were, the first thing is he was slamming the team in public, saying things like, this team is too old, finishing second with this team was a miracle. But when you say this kind of stuff, I mean, this is the team you have. You don't have the money to change the players.
I like Ali Koç a lot, but I agree this was not very good. I mean, so this was not very good acting. So many problems. I mean, we need a manager like Obradovic, right? Obradovic is the type of the man who I would like to see, in the charge of football team, right? It would be very, very good to have someone like him.
Yeah, give him the contract.
make him be football manager as well.
Yeah.
So this will be.
He can be like John Bartu, but the manager. John Bartu, manager.
True. Legend. Rest in peace to him. Definitely.
Yeah.
So we will see who's going to be like some rumors saying that Ali Koç is thinking of bringing Zico and Alex together. What do you think about this, Jukkis? You like Zico, I'm sure.
As an idea, of course, two legends.
Yeah.
What could go wrong? But of course, many things can go wrong. But I'm not quite sure how much Zico has been coaching. He was last time coaching.
China or something?
Yeah, or
India.
yeah, India. Yeah.
Do not ever bring Zico back, motherfucker. Do not. He was in the guy. I forgot. No.
But yeah, you know, of course, it sounds great to have Zico and Alex
Definitely.
together.
Zico was we were very playing a good football. You know, we were in the quarter final of the Champions League. That was crazy. Zico.
Yeah,
I was,
and you know, people fell in love with Fenerbahce.
Yeah, I was in high school and I was like, I still love Zico a lot now. You know, I think it was too early. I mean, we have something that has not finished yet with Zico, right? I mean, we still have something to do with him. It was very short time he was with us together. So I was really enjoying these years, like Zico playing good football, having all these Brazilian players.
Yeah.
Doing some crazy.
Yeah,
it was
amazing
flowing.
times.
Yeah.
The football was free flowing. The football is the kind of football I think that the players go out there and they enjoy it. You don't have to worry about
all this. What they were doing. They were trusting each other. You know, they had this. And then when I look at our players, they play like they have no self trust. You know, they don't trust their friends as well. You know, they don't know what to do. They are not relaxed on the pitch. You know, they are easy to be panicked. You know.
Mm.
Yeah, and the good thing is if Zico comes back, the good thing is also we get Samet Güzel back.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I think he had a good role in the team. He was not just translating. You know. He was also the man who was bringing people together. Yeah, and he has like some crazy. I seen he had the story about Raul Meireles, like Raul Meireles sleeping in his room, and he forgot about him. That he was in the house. So you know those are good memories. This is what keeping us together. And
exactly.
Yeah, let's see who's going to be the next manager, and hopefully we will get back to this good players. I've been saying this for a long time, and since I've been saying this, we are going worse. So I better stop saying this.
Yeah, and you know, some good things can come out of this season. You know, we could maybe win the cup or go to the semis in Europe, or you know, finish fifth or something. Reach. We can still reach 60 points.
Yeah, we can.
Which I think be quite.
Yeah, we still have an advantage. Like we are lucky. Also, Beşiktaş and Galatasaray are not good this season. You know, they're dropping points as well. So we still have a chance to finish in the top 5, I guess.
Yeah, top 5. I think top 5 would be good, and you know, 60.
Imagine we're at times
60 points.
Yeah, imagine we're at the times that we are saying top 5 is good for us.
Yeah. But now, you know, if we look at ourselves, we are 15th, and you know, it's. I think 5th is quite good if we can, you know.
I don't think we're in a horrible situation. That's why maybe I wasn't very kind of like angry with Cocu a lot, because I don't think we're in a horrible situation. We did a lot of changes. So when you look at the team, you look at the age of the team. So when you look at people like Elif playing first 11, Giles playing first 11, Reyes is starting to get settled into the team. Those are young players, especially with the midfield. You have Benzia, Giles, and Elmas. For the first time, maybe, I have never seen a Fenerbahce midfield that doesn't have a 30-year-old in it. We've always had someone or 2 people or 3 people who are all over 30.
Yeah, true.
We now suddenly have young players. Benzia is young. Gelson is young. Elif is very young. So you suddenly have those young players in your midfield doing the work. Even if they're not getting wins right now, you know that they're going to be better in 2 months. They're going to be much better in a year.
Exactly.
So we're not in this situation where we are panicking in terms of who we have. And Ali Koç said it last week. He said that the defense has settled. Now it's time for the attack to settle, which was true until the Ankara Gücü where we lost with 3 goals. But generally speaking, as he said, you have Beşiktaş who are having a horrible season. You have Galatasaray who are having a horrible season. But the good thing is that I think we passed our worst time. So we passed our worst time. We rebuilt. We brought young players in. They're going to play a role in the team. The team will be better next season than it's this season. Michael Fry as well. He's going to be good down the road.
He's beast, definitely a beast, man.
Yeah, so I don't think we're in a bad situation that much. I think Besiktas are in a worse situation. I think Galatasaray are also in a worse situation, and also Başakşehir here. All their good players are near retirement as well. So we're not in this situation where we have to panic a lot. So this season is over. It's okay. We're gonna have best case finish top 4, but it's not that a big deal.
True. The team chemistry is going well. I think. I mean, it's going to be better. Day by day, it's going to be better. And I think I don't know if am I the only one who thinks that, but I think I like Michael Frey. He's a beast. He's a good one. I mean, he's a fighter.
I like him.
He has too much passion. He plays like he has been playing for Fenerbahce for many years. He feels like when he wears that shirt, he knows what it means, right? When he wears Fenerbahce shirt, when he puts on it, he knows what it means. Yeah, he fights for this jersey, and I really like that. And he's young.
Yeah, that's the players win.
Yeah, he's just 24-year-old. And we didn't pay like crazy money for him. I think we paid for him around 1 million euros, right? And then
we paid 2.5.
Yeah, and he's earning less than 1 million per year.
Yeah, I think they said something like 600,000 euros, which is nothing.
I mean, this is a very good business in my opinion. You can't really find a player like him in that much easily, right? Paying that much low money comparing to other players you are paying money for. So
yeah, but when you think of that, I mean, Isla and Şener, they're not great, but they're also not really bad. So with the right backs we have, it's not that bad. Kaldırım has been amazing this season. Our centre backs we need a good centre back definitely next season, I think, as well. We need to bring in a centre back, but the midfield we have is good. So we do have a good team. We have Frey, who is a good long-term option to have in the team. Soldado has 1 year left on the contract as well. So we're not in a position where the team on paper is bad. We're in a position where the team on paper looks young, it looks good. It looks good for the long term. We have at least 6-7 positions which are settled. We have the players for. So in January, we can get someone in. We can get a winger maybe in January. Someone who's fast, someone who's tricky.
Yeah,
this I think what we think.
We need to especially find at least 2 good centre backs at the end of the season, because Martin Schkartel's contract is going to expire at the end of this season. So it's not easy to find a good centre back like Martin Schkartel. Definitely a great one. So
we have to renew his contract. First thing.
You think we have to offer him a new contract?
Oh, definitely. This should happen before we get a new manager. We should hire him.
Exactly. We should sign a new contract with him, because it will be very difficult for us to find a player like him. And it will be very hard
when
to.
He's playing good, he's top class.
Yeah. But I think Ziad Schkartel will leave Fenerbahce, because I believe he will join his ex-teammates Steven Gerrard's team, Rangers.
Yeah.
I think this is what's going to happen. I am afraid so. It will be very difficult to find a new player. For Martin Schkartel's spot, it will be very difficult.
Yeah. And for some reason, every year we make the same mistake. We don't really get enough good centre backs, because every year we have, at some point we have a situation that we have Topal or someone else as centre back in an important game, and we only have one really good. Neustadt has done well,
last season he was very good.
He's not, but he's not really like a top.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sorry about that, but I agree.
Yeah.
You need to be
I think we should have 2 great centre backs, and then Roman and Reyes can be like 3rd and 4th choices.
Yeah, Reyes is.
But also Roman's contract is over.
Yeah, definitely. His contract is going to be over too.
And I don't think they renew it, because his salary is big. And he can, because in Russia, in the Russian league, they have to have this amount of Russian players, and I don't think he's a really good defender, but he's definitely good. So it's not like he's someone who won't get into many teams. He's always been linked with Spartak Moscow and so on. Every transfer window, there's rumors of him going to those clubs. I think they can match his salary, and I think he'll go to Russia. I don't think he's going to stay with us because we won't be paying euros for him.
I think this is his last year at Fenerbahce, and as you said, there are like some Russian teams are after him that they definitely will offer him some contracts this summer. And as you said, I mean, I like Roman a lot because he's the type of player who doesn't make any problem. You know, even he sits on the bench, it's okay for him. You know, when he's given chances, he tries to do his best. So it is also very rarely to find a player like him. We had Michael Kadlec. He was just like Neustadter. He was just type of the player like Neustadter. So I think this type of players are good if you don't pay a big salary, you know. I think this is. I mean, it will be a last year for Roman Neustadter at Fenerbahce. And I think today's episode is over. And thank you very much for joining me, Ziad.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me again.
Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us, man. It was a very big pleasure to have you again on the podcast. You know, I didn't know how time just went away. It just fly. You know. Yeah. Too much quickly. Thank you, Ziad. And thank you once again. You kissed my man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was really good.
Exactly.
Good episode.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll get.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we'll get Dom soon too. He's always when I asked for a podcast, he was like, "I can't do it today. I can do tomorrow." And so I said, "I can't do tomorrow." Okay, let's ask you, kids. You know, I know what you're doing, Dom. I know what you're doing, bro. I just don't want to share.
I think his hands might be actually, literally tied in someone's bed.
I just don't.
Good.
Yeah, I know what's Dom doing there. I see you, Dom. I just don't want to share these things here on the podcast, man. We will keep it between us, bro. You know. Yeah. So just I thank you once again, guys, and let's hope Fenerbahce will bring the right guy.
Hopefully.
That's what we keeping our hopes for. And see you in the next episode. Bye bye.
Yes. See you. Bye.